Hello Chessmood family! Welcome to a video course Multi-Use Maroczy Bind that we have created with GM Melkumian, who is a big expert of this defense. Against English opening there are plenty of good defenses. We thought a lot which of these lines is the easiest to learn, the easiest to play, the best to outplay your opponents, and at the same time is very solid, which is fine to play against strong grandmasters. And our choice was definite, Maroczy Bind. Here is how it occurs. c4, c5, knight f3, knight f6, d4, we take, knight d4, knight c6, knight c3, g6, e4. Later we will come back here move by move and see what we play against other lines where white plays without d4 move. But first of all, I will help you to learn Maroczy Bind structure. I will introduce you with the main ideas, strategies in Maroczy Bind structure for both sides, show you plans, show you some good games and comment them, helping you to get in this structure as fast as possible. It's very easy to learn, very easy to play, just be careful, look at the video course step by step without jumping from one video to another, and at the end of the video course you will have a good understanding of this structure and you can confidently start practicing it. The second point that is gonna be very useful for you to learn Maroczy Bind structure is that it occurs from different openings. As I mentioned while looking accelerated dragon, which occurs after e4, c5, d4, g6, that here c4 move will lead us to Maroczy structure, which we'll cover in the English opening video course, which we are going to do soon. And it occurs also from the Benko gambit, after d4, knight f6, c4, c5. One white avoid to play here the third move d5, and instead of that they play knight f3. We take on d4, knight d4, and again we got Maroczy Bind. Let's move there, here is the main position. Just learning this structure you can cover another two main lines that occurs after first move e4 and d4. Of course, with your growth you will need to learn more and more openings to expand your chess knowledge. But for now you need to have just one very solid opening against each first moves e4, d4, c4 and knight f3. The third point, why is good for you to play symmetrical variation against c4. Symmetrical variation, it means c4, c5. Instead of first move playing e5, is the question what you do play if white play English opening but starting move knight f3. Now e5 of course is not possible, so you should learn something different. With just learning c4, c5 move, you cover both of them, knight f3 and c4 moves. As anyway, if white play first move knight f3, c5, and now they play e4, you are ready for Sicilian, as we already covered it and you know the all ideas. And now you can see that all the openings that we provide here in Chessmood are connected and why they are so easy to learn. Instead of learning 5 different and complicated lines, with just Maroczy Bind in your repertoire, you cover many problems. Fourth, understanding this structure deeply, in which of course will help you, you will have better understanding of space advantage, of maneuvering your pieces, of open and half-open lines, how to think what pieces are better to change and which to keep, why, overall growing your chess skill exponentially. And finally, as I mentioned, despite of the fact that Maroczy Bind is the easiest to learn and easiest to outplay your opponents in the English opening, at the same time it's so solid that many GMs choose to play it against 2700 top grandmasters. I'm excited to share with you the whole knowledge you need to know for starting practicing and outplaying your opponents in the English opening. Let's go, the journey begins. Just learning this structure you can cover another two main lines that occurs after first move e4 and d4. Of course, with your growth you will need to learn more and more openings to expand your chess knowledge. But for now you need to have just one very solid opening against each first moves e4, d4, c4 and knight f3. So after c4 we play c5, the symmetrical variation of English opening. Here we're gonna look knight f3, knight f6, we're gonna look here d4, after take knight d4, knight c6, knight c3, g6. We're gonna look here first e4, it's gonna be the classical line of Maróczy, when white develops their bishop on e2, it's gonna be the first section. On the second section we're gonna look g3 move, when white develops their bishop through g2, and in the third section we're gonna look moves where white play without d4, playing g3 here, or after knight c3 g3, or after knight f3 knight f6 g3, all gonna be transposed to one main position, which we're gonna cover in the third section. Let's go.